Time in YouTube, and welcome back to Deck Wizard. Today we are looking over the Generations promo. Arceus, the god of Pokemon himself, has arrived. We are looking over a stupendous, it's an alright card. I like it, actually. I do like it. It's one of the better generation cards in my opinion. Arceus is a basic. It's colorless. It's got 130 HP. Very nice looking card. Decent HP actually for once. We have type switch for one colorless energy. We can be any type of Pokemon we want, which is really cool. It's really neat. It also has power blast for 4 energy. We can go for 120 damage. But if prior turn we switch types to an element that we are super effective against, we now can do 240 damage with power blast. So that is really good. It could be really handy to have Arceus around. Unfortunately, it's going to cost us 4 energies to do so, and because the Deck Wizard doesn't like giving us double colorless energy, it's not going to be a very great move in this particular game. But the unfortunate part too is we have to discard energy at the end of after attacking, so there is that as well. But we are going to check out what deck we get with this, because you know what? The Lord, the Savior, the God of all Pokemon deserves a fantastic deck, and he gets what? So we're going to expand this real quick. Our cards today is we get 4 Arceus. We have a 1-in-1 of the Mega Kangaskhan line with a Wham Bam Punch to kick things going. We have a Licky, which is kind of weird. HP is 120. Colorless Pokemon has Knockoff and Licky Chop. It's not going to be a Pokemon we try and set up in this game, but you know what? We have it. We have 1 Lugia. And of course, we had to have 2... we had a 4-4 Rayquaza. It does not matter what it is. We've got 2 colorless, 2 dragon for the basic Rayquaza, and 3 colorless and 1 dragon of the Mega. So we've got Mega Rayquaza is stable in this deck. Great. We've got 2 Shaman and 1 Shaman of the Aroma of Gratitude form. So we've got an interesting Pokemon lineup for sure. Not a lot of power I don't see, but we have an interesting setup. Next up for items, we have an Eco Arm. So any of those Pokemon tool cards that we lose, we can get it back through Eco Arm. Which is cool. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Next up is 2 full heals for all those special conditions that are currently in the game that are currently making a ruckus on the format. We have full heal. We have 2 maintenance. We can shuffle 2 cards back into our deck and get 1 back. I don't like this card. We have 4 Startling Megaphones for all those Pokemon tool cards that our opponents are going to have. We can get rid of those Spirit Links, those Muscle Bands, those Fighting Fury Belts. The Lucarios are not going to stand a chance, man. We have 4 Pokemon Fan Clubs, so we'll at least be able to get the Pokemon that we want, at least the basics anyway. We have Psychic's Third Eye. Your opponent reveals his or her hand, discard as many cards as you like from your hand, then draw that many cards. So I get to see what he wants, I get to discard cards, I cannot gain cards in my hand, but I can at least get rid of stuff that I'm never going to use, like full heal. We have 2 Scorched Earth, which is actually a great stadium for us, because I can dish a Fire Energy and get 2 cards from it, so that's great. And we have 13 Fire Energy to match that, so we'll have tons of energy to go by. We have 2 Grass, and 5 lightning. So a nice mix. Unfortunately, we're gonna have multicolors all the time now from the looks of it. But that's great. That's Deck Wizard. It's the fun, it's the humor of it. We are gonna save this right now. Call it Deck Wizard, DW Arceus. And we're gonna save that right there. And without any further ado, guys, I'm gonna head us straight in to a Pokemon TCG battle. Alright guys, we're getting into game number 1, and we're going up against Croxy playing a Dark Steel deck. So, Reverse Valley, kind of a null point in his deck. Kind of a cool idea. It might be a Steel type with Zoroark now that I'm thinking about it. It has been a little bit since I've played Pokemon TCG, I'm not gonna lie. So my plays are not gonna be perfect. Our opponent, well, cannot stop me on. Our opponent, I apologize for that, I can't cut that. Our opponent has no basics, so we both are going to mulligan, which is fine. Cannot cut that. I yawn a lot, and I still have no basics. Our opponent did get one, though. So good for him. He will get another Pokemon card over me. I can't get a basic to save my life. Cannot get a basic to save my life. There we go. Nope, that's still not basic. I've got a lot of them in here. We start with the Lord himself, Arceus. Here we go. Game number 1, here we go. Houndoom Spirit Link, you're not going to be a useful card. Not going to be a useful card. If I could sacrifice the Houndoom Spirit Link, I would. I'd do it. We see a Scizor and a Zoroark, so I was pretty close. The Zoroark is gonna, the Scizor is definitely gonna be the main attacker, with the Zoroark being a great secondary. But unfortunately, there's not much I can do until I've got 4 energies on this guy. We get another energy here, so I'm gonna use up the fire energy here. Go for a Scorched Earth. Use the stadium in play. Go for a ditch on the fire energy. Get myself 2 more Pokemon. I'm gonna attach the. I'll keep it for now. We're gonna go for a fan club. I want to get the Lugia and a Rayquaza. I should be going for a Shaman, I'll admit, but I've got a lot of cards in my hand, and I don't really need to play them. So we're gonna drop the Lugia down. We'll drop the Rayquaza down, and we're gonna Mega Evolve. There we go. So turn 1 Mega Rayquaza, which is actually nice. I gotta say, that was a nice turn of events there. The Gale Thrust is gonna do 50. He is not on the bench. He could be on the bench. If he's got a Float Stone, that Scizor is gonna do a ton of damage. Does not though. I should not have used an energy drop on that, but it is too late for that now. I'm gonna drop an energy here. Let it load. Let it load. Let it load. I've played it. There we go. I will not be Scorched Earthing this turn. I need the energy, sadly. I can get rid of this, though. I'll attach it to the Arceus. I do not get resistances. I wish type change did an attack. Oh, okay. I don't have much of a choice here. I have to end the turn. Don't show this again. I know I'm making the decision not to attack. I don't need to attack. The Gale Thrust is going to knock me out, though. He is going for a Great Ball. Gets the Mega Scizor. He may Mega Evolve here, which I'll be fine with because that means I can set up Mega Rayquaza. Drops energy onto the Zoroark. You Mega Evolve. I'm not putting any harm. That is for sure. You go for the break. Zoroark break is now active. Goes for foul play. You go for the Power Blast. Goes for the Power Blast. Knocks out Arceus. Okay. So I'm gonna let him have. I'm in a really bad spot. Mega Rayquaza comes in. Duh. I'm going to sacrifice my fire energy. If I can get some extra cards here, that would be great. I get to use maintenance. I get to get rid of the Licky and the full heal because I don't need them, and I get a grass energy. Emerald Break isn't going to do much damage to me either, so I'm not threatened there. I'm going to pass. He's going to be able to come in with a Gale Thrust, and that will do 110 damage, which is much better than the 60 he's going to do to himself. Foul Play. Goes for the Foul Play anyway. It's going to do 60. I'm fine with that. Startling Megaphone's not going to do anything. I can get the energy off here, but I'm not in a good spot. I'm going to get 30 damage on the Zoroark. I've done a ton of recording today. And I'll be honest with you, it's been a very hard day. Very challenging day today. Can't spoil anything because you've got it's going to be all for the next little bit. But it's not been my best week. We're going to take 90. So next turn, guaranteed, we're going to get knocked out. Sacrifice the fire energy. At least I got lightning energy. I got startling megaphone, but I'm going to get some damage here. All I have left is Lugia. Arceus didn't do much. Lugia's not going to be able to do much. Lugia is going to do a whopping 60 damage to this thing as well. Going to do more than Rayquaza's done. But unfortunately, turn 1 Rayquaza means nothing. I can't seem to get too much damage going here. Foul play is going to come through. It's going to knock out Mega Rayquaza. And that is going to net him 2 prizes. I need an energy to attack. So that would be a great start. I do get a lightning energy, so I am now able to attack. But he can go for an air ball himself. We might be able to knock this thing out next turn. We'll get 1 prize. We won't get skunked. But he can go for the foul play, go for a Deep Hurricane, which will knock out my stadium as well. And it'll do 150 damage to me. So that is the play that he should be making here. He should definitely go for the Deep Hurricane. It'll put me in a very bad spot. It'll let me knock out this Zoroark, but at this point, he's not worried about it. I can't do anything else. Foul play should be the Deep Hurricane. Should be the Deep Hurricane, because it'll do 150 damage. No muscle bands, nothing. I couldn't use the startling megaphones at all this game. That's alright, though. It does 150. Like I said, I will get the knockout on the Zoroark. But that is it. He'll be able to come in with the Scizor and knock me out. So, Lugia picks up our first knockout. And we're going to pick up a prized Rayquaza. Not that it matters. And Zoroark is going to come in and clean us up with an Arrow Ball. Or Deep Hurricane. Either way, there's the foul play. Takes us out. And there we are, guys. Game number 1. A little bit of a disheartened game. Not much happened on our side. We just didn't play. Did I make a misplay? I might have made a misplay putting the energy on the Arceus. We could have sped up a little faster, but I didn't get any Pokemon. I really didn't. So we're going to head straight into game number 2. It might be another fantastic game, or it might be another quick game. Either way, if we lose the next game, that is going to be it for today's episode. But if we win, you will get 2 more games. So stay tuned. What will it be? Alright guys, we're going into game number 2 here. This could be our final game, and it's going up against a Psychic and Dark deck. I'm not sure what my opponent is going to be playing. I want to say Night March? Could be, or not Night March, Noivern, but again, I'm not sure. I don't know what they're doing with Standard yet here. When it's going to switch. I think it's at the end of this weekend. Could be wrong. Could be very wrong. Could be in September. I'm not sure. But he gets to decide who's going to go first here. Alejo 2522. What's the number stand for, my friend? If you see my channel, if you ever actually see my channel, let me know. What do the numbers stand for? We are starting ourselves off with a Lugia, which, let's be honest here, Lugia is a good start. I've got a ton of energy to feed it. We have no more basics, which is fine. Neither does he. He has got a Mewtwo. This is not a good lead. We see a Muscle Band. A Psychic Energy. This guy gets, during your opponent's next turn, any damage done by attacks is reduced by 30. And he can hit me for a lot. So, we're going to have to set ourselves up pretty quickly here. We're going to throw a Fire Energy down on the Lugia, and I'm going to call that the turn, because that's all I've got. This is going to be quick. One of us is going to be setting up faster than the other. And based on the fact that his is an actually constructed deck, most likely, it'll probably be him. But at the same point, I can do what? 20, 40, 60. Team Flare Grunt, never mind. He is taking away my energy. I hate that card. I'll be honest with you, I do not like cards that slow me down like that. I see that card everywhere. Sees a VS Seeker, pulls the Team Flare Grunt. This is a painful game. I've got no choice here. I have to throw up the energy. I'm not getting Pokemon. I'm not getting tools. He's going to go for another Team Flare Grunt here. Going to stall me out another turn. I just need to get to Air Ball, but the Photon Wave is going to keep me from damaging this thing further. It's a great play on his part, don't get me wrong. It's just a little frustrating. I don't like being stalled out. Team Flare Grunt. If I had an N, that would have been perfect last turn, because I would have just gotten rid of it. Gets a third energy onto the Mewtwo and goes for a Photon Wave, which means that the damage is increased to 50. If I don't do something soon, he's just going to knock me out, and I think this is last turn. This is a fast episode, guys. I didn't get a chance to attack. My opponent had a Mewtwo, had everything he needed to counter me, and unfortunately, nothing I could do. Photon Wave, or Psyburn, is going to do 120 damage, which is more than enough to take out Lugia, and that is going to be GG to my opponent. I will respect him and say GG as well. Not that I think it's going to go through to him, but I tried. That is it for today, guys. Arceus did not come through. That was one of the fastest Deck Wizard episodes I've ever had. The second game was 2 minutes. The second game was 2 minutes. I don't even know what to say about it. I couldn't play it any better. It was literally that. He had a perfect counter to me. Lugia came in, tried to put some energies on it. Team Flare Grunt me twice. That's it. That's all I can do. That is it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed these losses, make sure to leave a like button, hit that like button, because it does mean a lot to me. It means that you guys enjoy the videos, enjoy the content, and you know what? Sometimes losses happen. I'm not gonna lie to you. I showcase wins, I showcase losses, and you know what? That's the best part about watching my content. You never know if I'm gonna win or lose. Well, okay, I had probably a 25-minute game. You probably know I lost both games. So. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. But until then, time out.